sections here. Really try as best as you can to keep that arm from swinging out to the side. I know you have shoulder limitations, you won't, but keep that arm nice and close to your body, full range of motion. Switching arms and switching directions, so I didn't really keep you guys into that, but you know the drill by now. All you're going to need today is a set of weights. I think that's it. If you have varying weights and dumbbells, you can definitely use them. Feel nice and loose in your upper body. We're going to work into that lower body, so leg swings side to side. You should really feel this low loosening up your hip, your low back. And switch sides. Really pulling from that outer leg, outer glute. And then also pulling from that inner thigh. And when you feel good with those, we'll go back to that first leg and go forward, backwards. Start to really get some hip flexors, some core engagement, some hamstrings, some glute. And we'll switch legs. I tried to put on each exercise if it was going to be that number on each side or total, but no, that's always a mess. So as we go, if anything comes up, I'll tell you, pretty straightforward class. We're just doing that countdown format. So we're working from 30 reps of various exercise to 1 rep of the various exercise. When we feel good with those leg swings, we're working into our hip hinge so the butt shoots to the back wall, find length in your hamstrings, and then activate those glutes to pull you back up. We're going to do 8 to 10 of these, trying to find a little bit more length each time. Now when you feel good with those, we'll transition into our body weight squat. So feet might widen a bit, toes may turn just a little bit out to give you a little bit more range of motion around hips. And you sink down into a squat. Get those thighs parallel to the ground. Sorry, I'm going to fix this camera a little bit. Nice and low. Pushing against your heels. Stay yourself up, chest stays nice and big. Good. You guys have a little bit of time to loosen up anywhere else that needs it. And I'm going to explain these first 5 exercises. First one, mountain climbers, we know them. We have 30 each, so 60 total, so we get ourselves in a good high plank position. Drive our knees up, it's 1, 1, 2, 2, 30, 30. Then we have our core leg extensions. I know I have a different name for these other 10. I don't know what to call them. But we're going to start sitting up and hinge yourself back. The further back hinged you are, the more core you're going to get. Hands are going to go on the ground, legs reach out. We crunch up, legs reach out, crunch up. 29 of those puppies. Then we have lateral lunges. So with class today, most of the movements you can do without weight. And especially on these higher reps, you're gonna feel a workout without the weight, but obviously holding weight is gonna increase the intensity of it. So with the lateral lunge, you can either rack a weight across your chest, or you can go without weight. And so we're gonna step out, lunge, push back to center, out, lunge, push back to center. It's, 28 total. So 14 each side. Then we have dumbbell swings. So you can either have one and hold it between your legs. That's what I would prefer. But if it's a little bit lighter weight and you'd rather have two and get a little bit more, you can use your skier arms. But remember, this is a leg workout. So we hinge at our hips with just a slight bend in our knees. Fire our hips up and out, getting into that full extension. And weight swings. This weight should almost feel the lightest at the top because this is a leg exercise. You're not holding anything in your hands. You're just using your arms as the mechanism to move it. I really want us to focus on that movement because we incorporate it into things later on. Then we have a standing oblique crunch. So for this, I want our feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. The weight's only going to be in one hand, and we're doing 26 crunches on each side. So we're going to crunch opposite of the hand that we're holding. So we squeeze, pull up. Head stays nice and center. It's not like a tilt. We're nice and straight. We squeeze, pull up. Shoulders are back and down. Squeeze, pull up. 26 on each side here. And then the final one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, that's the final one. So those are 5 exercises. Try and keep pace. Nothing really crazy here as far as like cardio, where there should be a lot of variance in how far like spread we get, except for those mountain climbers. So again, mountain climbers, leg extensions, lateral lunge, dumbbell swings, and oblique crunches. But I'll continue to talk us through it. So we do 30 mountain climbers each leg right here. Let's start. Good high plank position. And drive those knees. Push yourself here. Not a ton of cardio today. And after those mountain climbers, you roll over onto your back, and we have those core leg extensions. So remember, start with the back hinge. You should already feel your core engaged there, and we're just out, in. $29 of them. Woo! All the way through. It's hard for me to talk a lot with this one because I lose track of my reps. After this, we hop up into our lateral lunges. Remember, it's 28 total here. So 14 each side. Get nice and low, find length, and pull in that inner thigh that's straight. Then push off the foot that's moving, and we're just rotating side to side. This first part is a little bit more leg heavy, just because I know for myself, and I think it's the case for most females, our legs are a lot stronger than our upper body, and doing
28 push-ups isn't practical. So we'll just make those leggies a little bit stronger. Sink that butt down. I have no idea what I'm on, so I'm just guessing.
26.
Okay. And from here we have our dumbbell swings. So remember, take it where you need it. If you need both weights, because your weight's a little lighter, do that. Or if we just have the one, remember we're full extension at the top. We're thinking legs. I'm being powerful, snapping those hamstrings and glutes at the top, or snapping them and squeezing at the top. Make sure it's a hinge, it's not a squat. Then you'll keep one weight in your hand. We have our standing oblique crunch. So remember, feet a little bit wider, toes out. You can squat just a little bit. Obviously more leg work out there, and you crunch just opposite of the weight. Think about pulling the bottom of your scapula closer to the top of your hip. That's where I want you to think about squeezing. And we're doing 26 on each side. We're going to feel these tomorrow. Breathing through it, so we inhale as we stand up, exhale as we crunch. See if you can feel that oblique engage. I have no idea what I'm on. Good thing Mary Jean can count. I can't. Remember, it's not a lean to the side, a tilt. It's a crunch from the side. So everything should stay in line. Shoulders should stay over your hips. They're staying back and down, and we crunch. It's just like those penguins or ankle taps we do when we're on our back. You should feel this right above that hip, what's commonly referred to as the mountain top. That's where I want you guys to think about squeezing here. Shoulders are pulled back and down. Maybe sink a little bit more into your legs here if you want a little bit more burn. 2, 3. Excellent. Mary Jean is my personal counter today. You guys have a quick little break before we hop into this next 5. So, donkey kicks. Again, option to put your weight in like the crack of your knee and the back of your knee, or just take it without, or maybe you do a mix of both. But we're in a good tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We have 25 on each leg here. So, we think about pulling from this glute and tapping our heel into the ceiling. Our toes are curled under, keeping our backs nice and flat. We're not opening up. Stay down, tap, down, tap. 25 each leg there. Then we have alternating bicep curls. So, weights in hand, we just curl one and the other, one and the other. And we're gonna do just 24 total. So that will just be 12 curls total. Then we have these plie squat pulls with the weights. So the whole time you're gonna sit in this plie squat, ballerina squat, whatever you wanna call it. So we turn our toes out, we sit, and this is where we stay. So first we do a small pulse, then lift onto our toes. Small pulse, lift onto your toes. So 1 rep counts as the pulse and the lift. We have 23 total. Then we go back to back with our legs. You'll grab one weight. We do reverse lunge with a twist. So we step back, good lunge. Everything's at 90. We twist our core. Again, thinking core, thinking obliques. Twist. You can straighten your arms out. That's going to increase the resistance that you feel in your core, where arms can stay in. Get a good twist. 22 total there, so 11 each leg. And then we'll grab our weights and finish with reverse fly. So we put ourselves in that hinge position that we warmed up with. Palms face each other, slight bend in your elbows, so you can almost think about turning your elbows out. And then you squeeze from the back of your shoulders, and we're flying, thinking back there, okay? That's our next set of 5. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. We're starting with donkey kicks here. I'm gonna do like 13 with the weight, 12 without, but I'm gonna start with the weight. Make sure your knees stay shoulder width apart under you. That's gonna help with balance. And remember, we tap, swing that knee all the way down. Head stays neutral, back stays straight. Pull from that butt. And while you're working the leg that's moving, you should also feel a little bit burn in that leg that's just holding you up. Be powerful with their movements, especially if you don't have any weight in there. Remember, it's 25. Ugh. Each leg here. Toes are curled under. Heel goes to the ceiling. Even in this tabletop position, we can think about core engagement. So we can think about pulling our belly button into the spine. Ooh, that was a hard one. And creating stability. After this, we have our alternating bicep curls. So we take that core engagement and bring it to when we stand. Shoulders are back and down. And remember, we're just alternating curls here. For 24, arms go straight down. Elbows staying close to our sides. Don't completely lock your knees out. Have a little bend in them, but nothing major. Think about those biceps working here. After that, we have those plie. It's really a squat hold with a pulse and a lift. I, again, can't explain the things I do, but. So we squat, you pulse, lift, 1. Pulse, lift, 2. I'm just pushing my hands together to remind me to keep my shoulders pulled back. You're coming up on your tippy toes. Woo! You're already burning. Stay low. Small pulse and lift. Keep going. 2. Whew, okay, shake those legs out if you need it. Grab your weight. Maybe you do this without a weight. We have our reverse lunge with a twist. Remember, if your arms are straight, it's going to increase the workload on your core. Feet stay shoulder width apart the whole time. Getting that nice 90 degrees, toes are forward. Pushing off that back leg. And after this, we end with that reverse flag. So you'll need both your weights, or you can even do that one without your weights. You can just focus on really pulling that mid back and squeezing the bottom of those shoulders. So hinge at your hips, squeeze, control down. Feel like you're controlling both ends of this movement. Squeeze. We're not really up in our traps here. We're between our shoulder blades. Good. When you're done with that, quick little recovery. And I'll explain these next 5. So, first we have high knees, pretty self-explanatory. 20 each leg, so it's 1, 1, oh my gosh. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Up to 20. Whew, that one hurt. Then we have scissor kicks. So we're gonna do them this way, so horizontal, and it'll be 1, 1, 2, 2, 19, 19. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 19, 19. Then we're gonna do a squat to overhead press. Again, option 2. Take this where you want it. If you want to use one weight, we're just going to rack it in front of us. We squat, press, squat, press. We can mimic that with 2 weights if you need a little bit more load. 18 total. Then we're back on the ground for clamshells. And I want us to have, again, everything in line, shoulders, hips, knees. And as we open, we lift. 17 each side. Lower, lift, squeeze. So we're getting oblique, we're getting glute, 17 of those each side, and then we're doubling up on abs, and we're doing 16 leg raises. I know I give you guys a spiel on these, but the part that's important is lowering your legs, controlling them against gravity. So you can lift, legs glued together, lower, 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 lift, lower, lower, lower. I want them hovering just above the ground before you really squeeze those abs, contract, pull up, and then find length in those abs. You should feel lots of tension building as those legs straighten and your body becomes longer, okay? So those are the 5 exercises this time. You start with high knees. Ooh, this one might kill me. 20 each leg. into scissor kicks, and squat to overhead press, okay? Ready, let's go. As quick as you can. As high as you can. Okay, woo, done. Then we go to the ground, scissor kicks. Remember, it's 1, 2, woo!
Just about picked up my water bottle.
Legs as low to the ground as you can.
Keep going.
When you're done with that, hop up, squat to overhead press. Take it where you need it. 1 weight or 2. Working good squat form. Press. Loading tension. Springing it out. We're pushing our heels into the ground to shoot us up. Eighteen of these. After that, back to the floor. The clamshells, 17 each leg. Remember, we're trying to lift our hip off the ground as we open. Nice controlled. Knees are pulled back. 17. Shoulders stay stacked on top of each other. We don't roll forward or backwards. Feel that oblique engage for you as you lift. Woo! Buttons are on fire. Switch sides. Make sure your knees are pulled back. Elbows under your shoulder. Lift and squeeze. Really lifting that hip off the ground, pushing against that elbow. Woo! And after that, you just roll on your back. We have 16 leg raises. Lower in control. Pull up. Lower, lower, lower. Snap. Pull those legs up. Low back should stay against the ground the whole time. If you feel it start to lift, that's your cue that at this current time, that's as low as your legs can go. Sixteen of these. Lower, 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 snap. Woo! And after don't know if that was the easy half, the hard half, but the large majority of our reps are done, so maybe that's good, but we got new exercises. First one, hammer curls. So we'll need both our weights. Similar to bicep curls, except our palms turn in here. So again, shoulders back and down. Light bend in our knees, palms are facing in towards our body. And we just curl that weight up, lower and control. Really straightforward there. Then we're gonna go into our wood choppers. So we're gonna go into our half kneel. Keep those knees even with your hips, so you're not really narrow, we're not super wide. One knee's up, we reach up towards that knee and chop down. Chop down, feel that core engage, power as you pull and chop, okay? So there we'll have 14 chops on each side. Remember, it's a diagonal, powerful, forceful drop. When we stand up, we have 13 RDLs on each side. So you can keep the one weight or do the two. We use this hip as a fulcrum point like a seesaw. So as our chest lowers, our back leg rises, then we pull that hamstring and stand straight up. So from the side, it looks like this. The weight stays close to our body. Pull up. Tight with the hamstring, with the glutes. Our buns are going to be feeling it tomorrow. Next, you know we could not have burpees, and someone requested them today. My mom did, so you guys can thank her. 12 burpees. We're doing a full chest to the ground. So we hop, hands, feet, chest, feet, hop. 12 of them quick. Get them done with. We won't return back to them. Then we end with 10 or 12, 11. That was hard. Bent over rows. So we're gonna get in that hinge position again. Today we're gonna do palms facing each other. So we just squeeze those elbows in tight. Again, thinking mid back. So this isn't a fly, it's a row here. So back stays nice and flat. Pull, squeeze, lower for 11, okay? So, hammer curls, wood choppers, RDLs, burpees, rows, okay? We are almost there, you guys, so let's do it. 15 hammer curls, in control here. Arms straighten, we don't carry momentum. Either way, we're controlling this movement. And just like the leg raises, the longer the deload as we straighten our arms, the more intense this workout will be for you. After this, we have 14 wood chops on each side. You just need one weight. Ooh, let's get to that point where my words are mumbling. And we powerfully chop down. Arms straight. You're doing kind of a crunch and really reaching to the outside of that opposite knee. Chop wood. Get power behind it. Reach. Then you switch your legs. Same deal, other way. Reach, pull, chop. Feel that core working. Your triceps as you pull down. After this, we stand up for our RDLs. Remember, back and that leg that we're not standing on are a straight line. Weight stays close to your shin, and you pull yourself up. We're 13
each leg here. Here, we're mentally preparing ourselves to jump in to those burpees. Get them done with, do them right. But we know they're here, we know they're coming, it's not a surprise. We're gonna do them well. Struggling on this left leg today. I want you to only move through a range of motion where you stay in control on these RDLs. All right, it is that time. Burpees, 12, quick, easy, they're done. Do them right, do them wrong. Keep going. Done. After that, grab your weights and finish with that ventilla row. Start to catch your breath. Okay, done. Finish that up, and we're in our last column. So I know I asked for your opinion on how to split this up, but this last one I'm going to explain all 10 exercises so you have a little bit longer recovery. But especially as we get to those bottom ones, they're going to be so quick through, it's not worth stopping. So, first, 10 plank jacks. So, we're in our good high plank position, hands under shoulders, feet back, butt down, jump out, in. So it's 1, 2, up to 10. Then, you come straight onto your knees. This one might send me over the edge, but I'm gonna try it. Hips are forward, we keep ourselves in this nice upright. We lean back. Find as much length as you can. Pull yourself up. Lean back. Whew. Pull yourself up. 9 of those. Then back onto our good high plank position for 8 push-ups. If you need to take these on your knees, do it. But make sure those hips are down. That core is engaged. And we just go down, up for 8. Then we jump up. We have 7 squat jumps. So we load into our good squat, jump up. As we land, we absorb in our knees so we don't land stiff-legged. 7 quick squat jumps, straight into 6. Curtsy lunges, each leg, so that'll be 12 total. Then we're gonna do a clean and press. And this is why I wanted you guys to get those dumbbell swings. So we're gonna do each arm here. So 5 each arm. So this movement to start is that hip hinge, but you're gonna squat. It's like 3/4 and a quarter, 3/4 hinge, quarter squat. So I want that weight to touch the ground. Hips, snap forward. So we mimic that movement. Then we go elbow, wrist. So you're gonna get under it. That's the clean. From here, press up. Back down, press up. 5 on each side.
get my high plank. We go down, down, up, up. That's 1. 4 of those. Back to our feet for 3 star jumps. Same thing as a squat jump, but we get big. Arms are points, legs are points. So build all this energy, star jump. 3 of those. 2 around the world lunges. So there's 3 planks on each leg. Forward, out, back, back, out, forward. That's 1. 2 of those, and then we're all gonna finish in a minute of reverse plank. So our palms will be on the ground. If you can, I want your fingers facing away from you. That's really gonna force that chest to open up and legs go straight out and you hold. If you need, we can just hold tabletop here, but I want you holding something for a minute, okay? So we'll get through that 10 through 2, and then I'll kind of wait till I can see all you guys, and then I'll cue that last minute together, okay? But we're just gonna go all the way through these 10 here. It should be tough, but we got it. So I'll cue you through the exercises we're on as I'm about to finish them up. So if you're ahead that you can jump into it, okay? So we have plank jacks and those lean back plank things, okay? Let's get after it. 10 here, quick. Good plank position. Straight to your knees. Hips forward, core engaged, lean, pull. Lean, 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 pull. Remember, we're not sitting back on our heels. We're keeping this same upright position and leaning back. You should feel this in your quads, in your abs. Woo! Keep going. 9 of these, then we're into our push-ups. So we get in that good plank position. Take these push-ups where you can. Do as many off your knees, and then get to your knees. That's totally fine. After push-ups, we have squat jumps. 7 of them. Right into it. Bend. Curtsy lunges, 6 on each leg here. Right away. We're back, behind. Get nice and low. I know, those legs are on fire. Then we have those clean to press. Take it whatever speed you can. That weight touches the ground. It's hips, elbows, weight. Press. Snap. Get under that weight. Press. We need to switch sides. Wait. I want you to almost think like you're zipping a zipper. That's the path that weight follows. Four high to low planks. 3 star jumps. 2 coffee bears. That's right.
1. Oh, remember fingers out to open that chest. Lift those hips and hold. If you need to hold in tabletop, that's fine. Just hold. We got it. We're halfway through right now. Keep holding. You should start to shake. All right, we'll see after next. Stay in it. Last 15 right here. You got this. Hold. Lift. Open that chest. Last 10. I read the clock. I'm sorry. Last 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Woo! We made it, gang. Get some water. And then I'm going to stretch you guys out. We're on the floor, so we're going to stay on the floor. Woo! Excellente. Let's start on our buns with our arm. Well, actually, let's start with our neck. Let's just do some head rolls here. Nice and big. Trying to get that full range of motion. If you go through an area and you feel a little bit stuck, maybe you stay there for a minute and just hold that pull. And the other way. Good. We'll do some shoulder rolls while we're here. So we lift up to our ear, pull back, circling around. Nice, big shoulder rolls in each direction. And we go the other way. I struggle big time this way. Good. Now we'll work into our arms. We're going to feel this a little bit more in our shoulders, but we reach that one arm across and just pull. And switch. Song from Bring It On, where the coach is like, these are spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers is on. Now I want to watch Bring It On. We'll switch, do a little tricep. So reach down your back, pull that elbow. And switch. Excellente. Oh. Reach those legs straight out. And we're going to cross one over the other. Opposite elbow to the outside of that leg. Equal pressure. That's going to cause you to twist in that mid-back. Try and see that wall behind you. And we'll go the other way. Woo. Good. Now we're going to do a little calf and ankle stretch here. So what you're going to do is just bend one leg. This other leg can either be straight out or kind of wrapped under like this. It doesn't matter too much. But then what you're going to do with your opposite hand is you're going to grab like under your thigh, behind that knee. And the other hand is just going to hold under your knee. And all we're going to do is nice, big ankle rolls. I want you to try and draw a big
these arms are obviously working to hold your knee in place. If you're tight somewhere, you're gonna feel that in your circle. You're gonna see your circle can't go there, and hold that tight spot for a bit. And then we'll switch directions. Good. Switch your legs. Same thing. Nice, big circles. Is that guy? I don't know who he is. And switch directions. Good. Now we're going to go to all fours really quick. And hands on your shoulder, knees on your hips. We're going to hit a little cat-cow. So we tuck our chin, push our palms into the ground, pull our shoulder blades apart, arch our back to the ceiling, into cat. Then we go just the opposite, lift our forehead, sink our stomach, pull our shoulder blades together into cow. And we just alternate between those two. 3 to 4 times. And from here, we're going to do a little inner thigh stretch. So you want to stay in this tabletop, and what you're going to do is straighten out one leg. Oh, my gum almost fell out. And then you're going to pull this other leg out a little bit wider, so nothing's quite under your shoulders. With this straight leg, think about flexing your toes. And if you're happy here and you feel the stretch here, then perfect. If you can sink down to your forearms, and we can just rock forward and backward through whatever range of motion feels good, but keep that toe pointed. So you're going to transfer your weight really from that big toe back to your heel. And you should feel this along that inner thighs of that straightened leg. Good, then use your hands, push yourself back up to center, back up to tabletop. But before we switch, I'm gonna have you bring that leg that was straightened, so for me it was right, up to your wrist, and we're gonna just do a little pigeon. So your left leg should straighten out, and you can again take this where you need. This leg does not need to be parallel, well, I guess it doesn't need to be even with your hands, parallel to your hands. It can be at an angle here. It just depends on where you are. If you're tight, you're not going to get it there, and I'm not going to force it there. If you need a little bit more stretch, you can go down your forearms. And just sink into this for a minute. Good, and then we'll push ourselves back up onto our hands, get in the tabletop, and we do just the same on the opposite. So for me, it's my left leg straightens out. I walk that right knee out a little bit, flex that toe, and sit back into this. Now you might not have the same amount of flexibility on both sides. Take it where you need. Oh. You'll feel this pull on the inner thigh. Good, then we'll go back into the tabletop. ready, knee comes to your hand, leg pulls through, right leg straightens out, and we're in pigeon. Wherever's comfortable, if that's on your hands, if that's on your forearms, maybe that's arms reached out. I can't do that personally, but. Good, then we're gonna go back into tabletop. From here, we're gonna do our little cobra thing where we push through. Feel that stretch in your abs and your chest. And then curl your toes under, and we're gonna push ourselves up into down dog. Feel a nice stretch here in your hamstrings, in your back. You can pedal your legs here. You'll feel a little extra calf stretch, hamstring stretch. And when you feel good with that, we're just gonna walk our hands back to our feet. Hold that for a bit. You should feel your hamstring stretching again for you. And as we start to roll up, I want you to do it really slowly. Feel the stretch between each vertebrae. See if you can really feel those small muscles between your vertebrae along your spine stretching for you. The last thing to untuck is going to be our chin from our chest. We're just moving from our low back to our mid back to upper back to neck. And that is class for us tonight. Thank you guys for coming. And I'll see you Thursday. I think I already know